And welcome back, everybody sitting at home enjoying this beautiful day of hockey. We are coming to you live from Altona Hockey Club down at the Snake Pit. So far today we've had the Women's Premier League match between Altona and Kew, in which Altona got up quite comprehensively in a 9-1 victory. I'm joined with me by Brian, who's an Altona boy.
I am the original kid from Altona, from the sleepy seaside village that Altona is, just 12 kilometres from the CBD. Happy to be here at the pit again for hopefully a big game against Casey in what is Matthew Higgins' last game for Altona at the Snake Pit.
Matty Higgins, where's he off to?
Just into the grey-haired oblivion that is retirement. Yes, he's called it quits after this season, so this is his last home game. So hopefully a good result for him.
We'll have to make sure it's a good one, won't we?
Yeah, definitely will. I think the boys are pretty pumped. Won't be playing in September this year, unfortunately, but hoping to send Hig off with 2 final wins here and then next week against Waverley, out at Waverley.
Yeah, we were talking to Ben Yule just before, saying it was you guys were in the running for only up until like 2 weeks ago now. Unfortunately, the results haven't gone your way and the rest, but the boys will be looking to finish off the season pretty
Exactly.
shortly,
Yeah, dropped a few games they probably sort of were in and possibly could have won, but didn't, and then so sort of fell away from the finals race, but. Playing at Altona is a different kettle of fish for most teams, and this is the first time Casey's ever played down here, so we'll see how they go with what's turned out to be a pretty good crowd of men, women and children for the big Higo Fest.
Yeah, there is quite a good crowd and quite a bit of noise out of the crowd too so far. They enjoyed watching you women first up, but now it's time for the boys to put on the show. We might have a look through the team sheets.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you reckon? We'll get the Altona one up on screen first up. Obviously coached by Ben Newell, who we spoke to before. Assistant coach Mark Richardson and your manager Kelly Rodley. You want to talk us through the players?
Yeah, so Paddy Phillips is a very quick striker there. He's got extreme pace, number 2. Chris Coleman's the drag flicker you've probably all seen, the guys and girls at home. The number 4 there, he's fullback. Kurt's from Holland. He's an import this year. He's first year at the club. Stevie Campbell, the captain, been an Altona kid since, must have been the late 90s when he was born. I'm not sure how old he is these days, but I did coach him in under 9, so he owes me everything he's learned over the years. Jake McVean, number 8, a great left half, left back sort of defender player. He's from Albury originally, very tough and very hard to get past. Higo, obviously the man of the moment, 300 odd games. I think it's 329 games for the club. He'll be playing most likely in defence. Josh Horton, who's played a bit of Colts this year. He's from Geelong originally, number 11. Simo, whose father played Start League 1 for this club as a 1994 and 96 premiership player. He's a centre half. Camilleri up front, number 13. And Tyson Priddle, one of the veterans of the side. He'll also play up in the forward line. Andrew Scanlon, who's played some junior Australian stuff as well as scored 2 goals in Hockey Victoria's gold medal winning under 21 side. He'll be playing sort of in the midfield. Huffy also part of that side. Matthew Huff from Warrnambool. He's also part of the 21s gold medal side. And Harry Dolenk, another 21s player, originally from Geelong at number 27. Jaya, another Altona product, one of the junior players up on the forward line, number 34. Heath McDonald, family's been at this club for a number of years, number 44 in the half line. And Felix in the net, who's just joined us this year, and I think he's played some under-18s Victorian hockey as well.
Now, is it Dolenk or Dolence?
I say Dolenk. His dad played here a little bit, and then they're from Geelong, but I think it's Dolenk. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
we'll try
Harry.
and go.
Prince Harry, they call him.
Harry, right, we'll go with Harry. Sounds good to me. All right, and obviously they come up against Casey, probably the biggest improvers of this Premier League season coming up from Vic League 1, but they've left their run a bit too late for this year. Obviously coached by Andrew Shelton, who we did speak to not too long ago, managed by Kent Light, with their captain Matt Costello, who played a ripper and put a couple of goals in for him last week. Number 20, Tristan Chaffee, is only a young fellow. Number 2, Blake Edwards, 69, Daniel Godfrey. Number 4, Matt Costello, their captain, as I said just before. Matty Light, Steve McCumber, their goalkeeper Alvaro Negretti. Now, he's been amazing for them this year.
Yeah, definitely has been.
Their goal difference is quite large, but it could be double if it wasn't with him in the net. Number 3, Josh Netherwood. Number 5, Cameron Ritchie. Number 8, Evan Rundell, 21. Steve Stewart, 34. Josh Watson. Number 7, Chris Wood. Number 6, Nick Wood. We'll watch for those two to link up quite a bit today. And 0-0, Brian Young, who's still playing without shin pads, as I found out last week.
It's always an interesting choice, the no shin pads, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one today.
I don't think he's there for his defensive abilities, mate. He's there to do his work up the other end of the game. Now, today's match will be run by Janelle Bond and Tim John, standing in the middle of the field with their yellow and black on.
Yeah, Timmy's a favourite of the Altona crowd. We've had him for years down here, so it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out today.
But, yeah, what we might do is the teams are just walking to the centre of the pitch. They're just about ready to come on. And Chris Coleman for the A's. He's been your leading goal scorer.
Yeah,
this year he's knocked in 16 and hasn't received any cards either. This is one of your cleaner ones.
No, he's a very clean player. Big Bird. He's up the back, but he's the penalty corner flicker. So yeah, he's got the levers and the big tall frame to steer the ball into the back of the net. And yeah, between him and Scanlon as well, the other drag flickers, they've got about 4 options up there. So they're a pretty potent forward line in terms of corners. So that's the normal route to goal if you see from the goal scoring column. Yeah, and obviously Dolenk and Scanlon as well are decent on the drag flick.
It could be an interesting game with a few goals, but
yeah, hopefully.
We'll see how Alvaro goes in goals.
Could be, maybe second half if Altona's going okay. We'll see Higgins up on the forward line perhaps, but we've got the best tweets.
Absolutely, we do ask for everybody to get involved while you're sitting at home watching. Obviously, at this stage, we haven't seen any goals knocked in yet, so we do ask for your predictions of this game. Just a reminder, the last time these two teams met earlier in the year, it was an 8-2 win to Altona. The last couple of goals to Casey there, getting on the board. So please give us your prediction using the hashtag HVMPL as we just about get this match underway.
Yeah, glorious day at the Snake Pit today. A little bit of wind around. Yeah. Little bit of wind around, but nice and sunny, and here we are for some glorious Western Suburbs hockey. The seaside village that is Altona, and we're about to get underway. Casey with the push back immediately to their left side, switching the ball around the back. Pat Phillips providing a fair bit of pressure up front, will always provide that sort of crazy press. Ball up in the Casey forward line as we speak now. Good tackle there from Goldie, or Scanlon. Ball outside the attacking circle for Casey on their left-hand side. Altona defending well this year so far. Great work there by the Altona defence. Here goes Phillips now. Loves to run with it and does so. Pulls it back, fires it forward down the sideline now. Priddle, the old man, gets on the end of this through ball. Gets the free hit. And Altona with their first attacking player of the day. Priddle, very old. He's about 33, I think. I can never remember. Good friend of mine, but known more for the fatness of his calves rather than anything on the hockey field. No, in all seriousness, he's played several hundred games for the club and has also knocked in a fair few goals over the year. Originally a product of Hockey Geelong. Came down in the under-17s for Altona. So the ball immediately into Casey's. Here we go now. Casey with the first circle penetration of the day.
It's Costello, I think, too. He's good chase back there from the Altona player. Tim, I'm just going to have a look at it. And he's found an infringement.
McVean not sure what it's for, but first blood on the corner front to the Casey side.
It was Matt Costello, the Casey captain there. The break down the right side. Probably disappointed he didn't get a shot off then. Have a chance to test the Altona keeper.
McVean is a good defender there, number 8 for Altona. Pretty solid, nothing flash about him, but just a good tackle and doesn't mind a bit of body as well. So here we go. First blood to Casey in terms of the corners. At the Cherry Lake end of the ground. Drag flicks on. Well done by Jake the Snake there on the baseline. And away Altona go now through Scanlon. Goldie tackled. Gets the free hit. Plays on immediately down the left side. Loves to run with it. Here he goes. Bang. Tackled but gets the free. Huff now. They call him the Duck. That's how he runs. Gives the ball to McVean now. McVean, nothing fancy about him, to Coleman. The big levers, just pushing the ball around the back of the A's.
Now
Not
again,
penetrating yet.
is it a huff or hoof?
Huff. Huffy.
Got it. Done.
So Campbell there, very sun smart, the redhead, with the zinc on today. You never see the sun out in Campbell without any sunscreen on, that's for sure. Along the baseline, a jink into the circle, knocked out of the to the sideline for Casey, and McDonald now gets the ball back into play to the Dutch import there, Kurt Stovers. And another sideline hit. No, free hit there. Stovers now. This way, that way. In he goes. Good tackle by Casey now. Still on their left side. Flick out of defence. McDonald gets a stick on it. Now controls it. Wins the ball. Young McDonald. Well done there. He played a bit of under-18s for an NT this year. Campbell now puts the ball in there. Great work by Phillips. Also of the red-headed persuasion, so doesn't mind a bit of zinc on the face. Flicks the ball into the circle, but to no avail over the baseline.
Good control and good reading by Campbell there, but a great Altona defence, being able to defend aerially there. That was a good stick length above the head there. Not allowing Casey to clear the defence with the overhead there.
Exactly.
Which is
first year McDonald too, so he's a young player, but stepped up this year and is enjoying his time in the big time.
that's a good note. Another part of the bleeding of the young ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Through from Benny Newell.
Not good for a 36-year-old like myself, but you know, I've resigned myself to Vets B and Pen and A these days. So here we go, the A's now. Speaking of old blokes, that's Priddle.
Oh, how old is the bloke now?
I think he's 33.
What does it read on our sheet? 34 left. No, that's Costello for Casey. 32. 32. You've knocked him down at. Still moves well.
He does.
He still moves well. Great control. Country boy too.
Yeah, he's a Geelong boy. Grovedale originally. Casey now through their right side. This is where they got their first corner through their right wing. Looking to go to their right half now, down the line and over the baseline. Right. We'll probably get a bit of sideline hit down the Cherry Lake end, down near the Altona dugout. Simons, whose dad played a lot of hockey for Altona. Dual premiership player, I believe.
Able to move the ball on quickly with thanks to these ball kids. They're right on the spot, no waiting and fetching the balls. Makes a huge difference in these games.
That's the motivation of a free hot dog and a can of Coke. I think the ball kids, they love their job down here at the pit.
And so they should. Gets you best seat in the house, I'd think.
Yeah, exactly
that and the
right.
tech bench are the best seats in the house.
Campbell now.
Yeah, Campbell back over the ball. Having a big deal in that midfield there already starting this game.
Here's the man of the moment, Higgins, plus the ball in there. Dole length.
Some slick ball movement, stick and ball movement.
Yeah, they look good, the A's. It's got to do it for 70 minutes, which has been a bit of a problem for them in recent weeks.
See, it just found a Casey foot. Half a foot inside the D there, and they'll line up for another short corner. We're going to try variation this early in the game.
I'd assume they go Coleman if he's on, but actually I'm just looking now at the bench just to the left of the commentary booth, and he's off the ground. So you'd think it'd be between Harry Dolenk for the flick, or potentially Huff, who's just come up to the circle now. So 24 is Huff, 27 is Dolenk. Those two are the main two flickers in the group there, but you never know. They don't mind a variation, these boys.
Now, is there a way to find a goal for Stevie Campbell anywhere in this year?
I certainly hope not, I'll be honest with you. Like, flick goes wide, I think, or was it maybe saved by the keeper, so long corner. But I think he's on about 4 or 5 goals in his career-wise, but I finished with 4, so I wouldn't mind keeping him in single digits personally.
That'd be good.
There he is again, speaking of the devil.
Yeah, shouldering up. He's had a few touches through the midfield. He's heading overseas as well at the end of the year.
Yeah, a few of the boys are. Dolenk, I think, is doing a bit of time in the Netherlands. Phillips last year spent a bit of time in Spain. So, yeah, the boys getting the experience in the Aussie summer over in Europe, which is good.
It's Casey get another chance to attack. They've started this game much better than they did last week against Essendon. They've got much more control and they're not under. There's heavy. Altona are attacking, but Casey are keeping him in check at this stage.
Exactly right. The A's have a bit of a history against sort of the teams that are towards the bottom of the ladder, struggling against them. So we've over the years lost a few of the teams that have come up from the second division. So they were, I'm guessing, in Higgins' sort of last home appearance. As we speak, he's smashed the ball to the right wing there for Camilleri, who missed traps. and Scanlon chases, but to no avail. So that's Johnson, sorry. Yeah, the A's have struggled against some of the teams that have come up. I'm not sure if it's a mental thing, taken a bit lightly. Oh, hang on, Altona turnover in the middle of the ground by Stovers. Turns back, looking for support.
Huff was free in the centre there, just drifting through unmarked. Well and truly unmarked outside the 25, but
the guy that runs like a duck doesn't mind creeping up for a little bit of a field goal opportunity.
Any chance, just keep his name in lights. It's all good. Campbell over the ball again, just releasing, settle it down. Higgins still delivers the ball well, nice and flat. It's hard not to out here, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. It's about 10 years old this year, I think, but so we're probably due for a new one soon, hopefully, but still plays okay. If you hit it true, it stays true. That's the thing at the pit. And Higgins is one of the best field hits I've ever played with. He's certainly one of the better guys in the Victorian sort of team over the years in terms of field hitting. The grey, the silver bullet there, the grey hair there from Higgins. 40 next year, I think. Still playing Premier League, which is a phenomenal performance. Mistrapped by Simons over the sideline. So Case a big chance here now on their left side. What do Altona do? They need one early goal to take the sort of sting out of the game and get the crowd involved, I would suggest. Yeah. Campbell diving all over the shop like he normally does. Tends to tackle with his head first, stick second.
And the knees just cop it as he lands as well.
Yeah. Dole length passes right now. Goldie, sorry, Scanlon, mistrap there. My boy, number 21. Always, as always, the mouth guard hanging out the mouth instead of actually in the mouth.
That's just so we can keep talking, isn't it?
Yeah.
No stoppage for that. So, when you're as good as he is, I think you're entitled to talk and have your opinion and tell other people what to do. I think I'd listen to him.
Exactly. Stovers. Oh, Camilleri, little bit, Stolik, little bit of a back stick there onto the keeper and gets the corner for the lifted ball. Good movement there from Stovers. Here we go. Traps the ball. Gets tackled, gets the ball back. A couple of quick stick movements. Dolek with a one-time shot and gets the dangerous ball back off the keeper. Not much he could do, the keeper there.
No, it was a really good spot. Yeah, Harry just drifting across in front of the keeper. Making a touch change to the trajectory of the ball.
Exactly.
Valvero up to the task. Half up to the task. Got his boot to it, but unfortunately raced the ball in doing so. So there's another penalty corner for him to defend for his side here.
Hasn't really been called much into play so far. We've obviously heard earlier that he's a phenomenal keeper.
Absolutely made the difference last week against Essendon as the bobbled trap goes broad, but that's what we're talking about, that goalkeeping. He's brilliant. He's just left to make a glove save there. It was clean as a whistle, down to the ground and played towards the sideline as Casey rolled the ball out, but Campbell on top of the ball. We'll see it round the back. Through Higgins again.
Yeah, the corner broke down for the A's. Coleman managed to, with a little bit of razzle and dazzle, get it inside for a goal shot, but yes, the goalkeeper up to everything he threw at him. Here we go now, Casey. 16-yard hit. Council yard end of the ground. Again, seem to be preferring the left side, it seems, so far. Ball in the circle. Huff in the centre of the ground. Turns them over. Stovers can't seem to get the ball under control, and Casey run away with it now through their left side. Good drag there inside. Beats the two Altona players and gets a sort of ball through, but an Altona stick stops, and Higgins is there to clean up the mess. To McDonald. Out to Horton now. Traps, but gives it away straight away to the Casey defender.
I don't think that was an intended trap. I think he trapped and dished off to a player that wasn't quite there. Set play. Set play. The right player just wasn't on the ground. Well, looks of it, but Casey have a chance to really not rebound here. They've gone overhead again, but every time that's happened so far, and it's happened again, Altona have chopped it off with the traps above the head, clean as a whistle, and Higgins did it again on that occasion. We see Altona come round to the left here.
McDonald now firing in. There's Horton. Got a big engine, the kid. Loves to run with it. Pass the ball back to Simons.
He plays nice and low to the ground there, Simons, but that didn't help his skills any then as he passed right between two Altona teammates.
As the older player, Higgins can probably give him a bit of a bark there. It's always the younger player's fault. Oh, here's a big chance for Casey, but Paddy Phillips is keen to give away the free hit just to slow the play. So free hit for Casey at the Cherry Lake end of the ground, the northern end, just outside the circle in the 25. They pass the ball back and work it around the Altona defence.
Really going against their normal style of play here, Casey. Normally they score on the rebound and did so twice last week against Essendon. So they're really trying to raise their game and raise their composure so far.
Build the ball up a bit.
Yeah, Wayward tackle, found another Altona foot there. Again, choose to go back, but might have something to do with all 11 Altona players being inside the 23 there.
Yeah, the three strikers are also fairway back and just outside the 25, trying to. Here we go, Jaya Johnson there, young fella. He's played this year, his first full year of State League. He's about 17 years old. JJ, as they call him. After a famous Johnny Jumpets, a JJ that played during our 90s sort of super side that won 2 premierships.
Good time for the A's.
Coleman now back to Stavers, the Dutch import, passed the ball in the circle, saved by the keeper, bang, another shot. He's had 2 saves there, phenomenal by the keeper there, Stavers. But Casey rock solid in defence.
He's well played, well and truly up to the task, Alvaro again. Just movement, his balance on his feet, it's just huge. It's Casey breakaway again.
Turnover in the circle here.
We see Costello coming down the right. He was the one that made the first play very early in the game for Casey. We just have a quick break for Tim John to have a quick word. Costello started well down this right side. He's made 2 or 3 attacking plays now. Unchecked by Altona until just outside the D.
Yeah. The Altona defenders seem to be pressing up pretty high, trying to get that first goal of the game, but means that they sort of are vulnerable to the counter-attack. Not sure what happened there. I missed the call.
No, I'm not sure. I think we stopped play for the umpires to... we got an injury down the far side of the pitch.
Looks like Stavers, the Dutch import, must have done something to his leg. So Kelly Roadley, the manager's down there checking him out.
That's it. So it's good umpires, good communication between the umpires then to work out what was going on then and stopping the play to allow him to get off safely.
Are they mic'd up today? Can't see if they're mic'd up or not.
I mean, we're sitting here looking straight down the pitch, and neither you or I saw it.
No,
so
exactly.
Great communication there, and Casey is going to restart play. About 6 yards out from the D. Yeah, Altona, it's tight defence. You've got 6 players between the ball and the edge of the D then, right in front of the player over the ball.
McVean away now. Fires the ball in, but turned over. Cut off Simons there, and Casey now, a big chance here. Across the ball, Altona foot to Coleman, so outside the attacking D, deep in their right wing pocket, in front of the Altona bench. What do they do here, Casey? Well, they've turned it over. Simons straight into a contest. Casey got the ball back now.
Don't know if this tactic's gonna work well for Casey today. Turn the ball over and ask for it back.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that's going to last before Altona to go the length of the field and say thank you.
Yeah, Zach Coleman now into Phillips, into the circle. Toma saved again by Alvaro.
He's getting his money, his fee's worth, isn't he?
Yeah.
Plenty of touches for a goalkeeper. He'd like to be in the action.
Umpires missed a foot there. The players have all stopped, but Casey jumped on it.
They played the advantage, was the saying? They played the whistle.
Yeah.
Play the whistle. Again, Casey rolling back, but the structure's not helping him out much. They roll it back to try and release, but it's not with any purpose.
No.
They're not gaining any advantage out of doing it at this stage.
The ace forwards are all pretty quick, so I don't mind doing the extra running and hopefully putting them under pressure in the defensive sort of 25-50. So if they're going to go back, they're going to want to quickly transfer play the other side away from the running Altona striker. But they got the ball though.
That's right, we had another...
But over the baseline there.
Yeah, Casey's striker there, Blake Edwards, led infield, created the space that the ball came through. He just didn't double back in time.
Yeah, didn't ghost. Higgins a bit bumpy there, uncharacteristic. Time to retire, Higo.
Yeah. They're calling from the spectators. No, he's got another game and a half of good hockey in him, I reckon.
Oh, exactly.
So is he retiring back to the reserves next year, or is he...
I don't know. I'll have a chat to him over a beer after the game today, but I wouldn't have thought so. He lives up in Shepparton. He's got a bakery up there, a family business, so he travels down for the games. I wouldn't have thought he'd come down for reserves, but yeah, with Higo, he's very, very much blue and gold through and through. So
enjoying his hockey and playing well, which is good. Another strong Casey challenge, but ball rolling out the sideline. Altona get the ball back again. Good view.
Coleman loves a slap, and there it is, but again cut off by Casey. Unfortunately runs out of space there, so yeah, here we go. Priddle now. Fires the ball through to Horton. Turns it over though. Well done, Priddle. Gets the ball back now at the circle. What's he going to do here? Fires it into Phillips and over the baseline. The two redheads connecting, but unlike the Cracker brothers, didn't come off.
Another 3-on-2 there to Altona, and another missed opportunity. You spoke earlier about their tendency to sort of struggle against the lower ranked sides, and look, Altona's looking good across the middle section of the ground, just not putting it away or capitalising once they enter the attacking quarter. Although, yeah, we see another example of that then, a missed trap onto a foot.
Just a polish in the circle.
Yeah. That's right. They've got another 51 minutes to put it away.
Yeah, if they don't get field goals, they've got to make sure they're getting corners with these circle penetrations, and unfortunately they've only had, I think, 2 corners so far. So, which has been, a big avenue to goal for them so far this year. With Coleman, obviously, with 16 goals for the year. Heath now, McDonald through to Coleman. Speak of the devil. Ball into the circle. Shoots. And free it to Casey. Priddle getting away there. So Casey now with another 16-yard hit and a chance to attack. Neither side really looked like scoring so far. A couple of good chances, but I mean, obviously the Casey goalkeeper's been phenomenal so far, Alvaro. But Altona sort of making him, not really making him earn his keep. Most have been straight at him, but definitely has made a couple of saves to keep Altona out. Here's a chance for the ASO now. Back to Coleman. Big push into the circle. And third man there from Camilleri. So another Casey free hit in the defensive 25. So here they go through their right half, down the right side on the pavilion side.
Found Brian Young in the centre there, who had a reasonably quiet week last week, and he's only had a couple of touches so far as well. He did attempt the drag flick at the start, but for Casey's first short corner, but other than that, hasn't had too much of the play so far.
Coleman.
Again, another opportunity goes begging there to keep control and really put Casey on the back foot there, but another opportunity goes missing.
It seems the length of the attacking ball into the 25 seems maybe a bit long, sort of from 50 yards in, 40 yards in, rather than sort of building it to the 25 and then sort of firing a couple of balls into the circle. But yeah, so far it's been a game not big on attacking opportunities. Simon's put that up there and has given it away.
He just kissed the ball a bit, I think.
Good ball across the ground here now on their right side, Casey. Oh, he's just past the ball, just wide of Steve McCumber there on the right wing.
Opportunity to link up the 2-on-1 down this side again. They're doing a lot of attacking right in front of us, Casey. It's not a bad spot to do it. Makes it easy for you and I.
Yeah.
But again, not coming to anything so far. Plenty of possessions again for Campbell. Now to Simons. He's had a couple of missed traps last little bit. Now Brian Young's got an opportunity to make him pay here. He'll get this one.
Well done there by Felix.
That's it.
In the net, the young fella.
Get a good early touch. Not that it's early now, 22 minutes into the game.
Always good filling each other out, aren't they, really? Like they're sort of poking, prodding.
The intensity hasn't changed at all over the 20 minutes. It's been from the start. Most games you can see a frantic first 5 minutes and then settle into the pace of the game. But this has just been it from the start, and no team really getting on top. Time in possession, you'd probably have to say the percentages with the A's, but
yeah.
But yeah, location of that possession, it hasn't really been that dangerous. The penalty corner count is 2-1 to the A's.
Yeah, a lot of the possession has been in the sort of the back 25 and in between the two 25s in the midfield, but once the ball goes over that 25 attacking yard line, it seems to be breaking down for the A's. But here we've got a long corner opportunity now. Campbell over the ball, runs. Quick one time from Doling. Phillips gives the ball up there. Not sure what for, but he's not working back there, so Casey's taken advantage of that and immediately got out to the left side.
Campbell stood around and had a quick chat to Janelle as well, just double checking. They're all back in the middle. And Altona get another chance to enter the 25.
Here's Simons now, he's trapped this one. Pass the ball in, missed trap there. The ball's in, and we've got the corner, it looks like, the A's. Might have been a bit of body there in the circle, I think.
Yeah, I think the ball bounced. A bouncing ball came into the Casey body. I think it was more concerned because I think the Altona striker was winding up here, or had an opportunity to anyway.
It's a 0-0. The Casino likes him on the roulette wheel. Casino wins on 0-0. Brian Young there giving away the corner. And Altona, can they get their first goal of the game with their third corner?
Now tell me Coleman's on this time.
He's on.
He's going to be the one that's going to make a difference at this stage.
I'm calling low left, but that's what I always call. I think it's the best place to shoot, but let's see where he goes here.
Well, you'll have seen him more often this week, this year. Is that his favourite spot?
Oh, I think he just likes it going in the back of the net, doesn't mind where, and he's gone wide. You just want to make the bloke save, and that's not a good result for the A's. So Casey again seemed to be weathering the possession storm, but haven't really been troubled too much. Overhead there into the Casey forward line, but Campbell's there, gets the ball mopping up now. Bit of time as he goes through the centre to Huff. Turns the ball straight over here.
Brian Young, Altona's probably got the numbers in defence here. They had four defenders to 2 Casey attackers coming forward, so Brian had to really hold up then and wait for his friends to join him. But I wonder, Brian, is Casey going to have to review this overhead tactic, because everyone they've thrown has been cut down by an Altona defender in space too.
There's not much wind today, so it's not like they're throwing them too short because of the wind. It seems they're just too shallow, and the A's are all, the back four for the A's seem to be back there. So, and Phillips there having a bit of a Hail Mary shot there.
Getting the ooze from the crowd.
Did score a very famous goal there at the against MCC at the Hockey Centre, where Coleman did a 75-yard toss and Phillips was on the end of it with a back stick on the baseline. So he is known for a spectacular goal, Phillips, the second fastest man at the club.
So we've got another stoppage here. The blood rule, is it?
Blood rule, I'd suggest.
They stopped play, which was nice of the umpires.
And away we go. Casey coming out through their right now. Good Altona stick there, and Altona turned them over on the half line. Into the centre. Scanlon has a ping at the net now. Here we go. Oh.
Another missed trap. He's in the right spot. Altona are in the right places. It's just
not very clinical today with their trapping and passing into the circle and in and around the circle. Around the ground is not too bad. We've seen a couple of bumpier passes, but not too bad. Here we go. McVean now. Scanlon. Huff.
That's it, time biding their time.
Simon's
down the right.
Mistrap by Scanlon. Camilleri bouncing around. Priddle here. Now what's Priddle going to do? Gets the corner.
Oh, I reckon Priddle's pretty lucky there. He
can't buy experience there. Just goes to the knees. A bit like Joel Selwood, really.
He was using his bum quite well to position himself for a backstick strike.
Yeah, is anyone on the field going to use their bum? I reckon it's going to be Priddle there. Very solid there. He's backed in for the Tommer and just tripped over the leg. Nothing the Casey guy could really do there. And I think he's pretty lucky there. Because he didn't have position, I reckon it was probably obstruction. But Priddle, I'm going to start calling him Joel Selwood because he'd love that, being a Kangaroo supporter growing up in Geelong. Not a big fan of the Cats, Priddle. But here we go, Altona, fourth corner. 0 from 3 so far. Scanlon, Stovers up there. Injected in, breaks down again. It's missed. They're not sharp today, the A's, and here come the Casey guys on the rebound.
They found a foot. Not a bad result for Altona. They're slowing down the play, get all the men back in defence. They've now got 10 of their 11 players behind the line of the ball now, so Altona really stocking up against Casey in defence today. It's been their play from the outset. Must admit I haven't seen too many A's games. Is that normal?
I wouldn't say they're known for flooding back. It's not like the sort of southern style of defending, but I think maybe they're a bit wary of the counter attack. So I guess the back four are staying a bit more defensive, and probably trying to get the midfielders to clog the middle of the ground so that the counter attack's wide, so they can shut it down easier. Casey very well defended there, avoided the feet, and managed to get a sideline hit. Camilleri made the tackle, but straight over the sideline. Another overhead.
Cameron Ritchie for Casey down there in the back left corner. He had a strong game last week against Essendon as well. Out in their left half, left back position for Casey. He did well controlling it in the back left corner. But, Brian Young's starting to get in the game, but he's got a case of the A's as well with the missed traps and the lack of control, which is not quite what we were expecting out of this game. I was expecting a cracking start like we saw in the women's.
Yeah, I would have thought there'd be a few more goals scored as well.
Only took
10 goals in the last contest. So.
Yeah, only took 90 seconds for the A's to get on the board at 1:30. They knocked 9 in that game.
They did indeed, and had a chance to make it 10 on the siren with the corner, but was saved by the Q goalkeeper.
The game's really slowing down. Both teams almost intent on just making sure that they can trap the ball. Just trying to get a bit of stick-to-stick stuff.
Sometimes when it is dry and windy, the ground does play a bit bouncier than normal. It does play the best when it's had a little bit of a morning shower, because it's a hybrid, so with a bit of water on it, plays a little bit better. Scanlon now on the baseline, looking to work the ball in, but gets the free. Deep in attack.
From where I was sitting, I thought that was a good tackle, but it's all right. Casey come away. They've played the whistle, which didn't come. Another turnover just over the halfway line. They're going to try down the left. Again, Ritchie throwing the ball down the line, but just another turnover. Altona to get the ball back. There's about 6.5 minutes left to play, thereabouts. Our clock is an indication only. There have been a couple of stoppages so far this game. One mainly for an injury, and then the blood rule only a couple of minutes ago, so we'll probably go a couple of minutes into red time here.
So Matty Guest, who plays for Canada, is injured at the moment. He broke his thumb
last week.
Yeah, he's missing this week. So they are missing a bit of his polish up front and just general work rate. He's one of the hardest working guys I've ever played with. Higgins in the middle of the ground there. Just a quick drag back.
Provide a good amount of leadership, I guess he would. And we spoke to him before the game, and you could just see the disappointment on his face and in his voice that he's not out there with the boys. If I just take my eyes off the screen and look to the left, he's out there pointing and talking to the players as they come off and onto the bench. So he's still having an influence, just can't be out there to do it.
Definitely a very good leader at this club, and he's also having played juniors in Shepparton, where Matthew Higgins is from, same club, Shepparton Youth Club. He's a big fan of Higgos, so would have loved to have been part of the sort of last couple of games of Higgos' career. McDonald now fires the ball to Huff, but too much on it. So Casey again from an Altona turnover, the free hit, pass deep into the defence. Tyson Priddle, bang, turns them over. Casey leaves it behind. Priddle now the shot, the goal. Is that a strike?
The cheer from the Altona crowd sort of indicates that, but Tim John is running down to join his co-umpire, so it does look like it. If we catch the replay here.
Yeah, tackle from behind for a goal shot. I think it was
a stroke called there by Janelle, so my understanding would be her interpretation of that was fairly deliberate, stopping a shot on goal. So
it's a fair call then.
Altona, who we got?
Coleman here.
Going to be 17th for the year.
Hopefully, and Scanlon has taken a few of these and had a couple of troubling ones earlier in this season, so let's see what Coleman can do. In it goes. Bit of a raffle for the goalkeepers in that one. 7-yard flick.
There's not much they can do. They've got to pick and hope and guess, and Alvaro there went the wrong ways. We do watch the replay again. Alvaro quick, light on his feet. Moved early. Had the right.
Yeah.
Just the wrong quadrant.
Exactly
On the goal.
right. So Coleman finally breaks the deadlock.
Yeah, what a way to get it.
Exactly
It's
right.
the only way it was going to come.
Wasn't coming from field play, that's for sure.
No.
Here comes Casey though for the equaliser. Higgins that back. Ball to Horton there, wins the free. Higgins now. Free hit. About probably 60 from the goal. Passing the ball back. Bobbles off Coleman's stick, controls it now.
Another bobbly trap. Well made though. Great skill.
Into goal length.
Interesting tackles.
Campbell tackled, gets the ball back, gets the hack there. What's he going to do with it, Campbell? Cross to Higgins. Ball outside again. The bouncy ball causing Altona, the home team, some troubles, which is rare.
Absolutely. Those at home, just a quick shout out if I can. Those at home, it took us 30 minutes to see the first goal. Those of you watching at home, please tweet us in, HVMPL. Tell us what the score predictions are going to be. My guess would be a few people at home have changed their predictions to what it would have been at the start of the game, so please text us in. So spark a bit of discussion here, and even a prize for those that might get it right.
And you would have thought, given the last game was 8-2, it would have been something in the same ballpark, or perhaps, given the improvement of Casey, maybe something a little bit better on their behalf. But I wouldn't have thought 1-0 with just a minute and a half or a minute and 10 seconds left to play would have been on the scorecard for most viewers at home.
So Casey haven't been out of the game and lucky to be in at 1-0. At 1-0. 1-0 is a fair reflection of the game so far.
So what can Altona do? Minute to go on our clock, so probably a minute and a half on the game clock. I say, we've got there 3 minutes on the game clock over there on the Bryony Fanning scoreboard there on the western side wing.
So the scoreboard located right next to our cherry picker, provided by Manly Tyre. Thank you very much. It gives us that aerial view from our halfway line, which allows us to see a nice slow-moving ball down in the Altona forward pocket. Forward corner. Yep,
down there on the Civic Parade end of the goals, of the ground. Casey, what are they going to do here? Altona keep turning them over, but there's a foot there, I think. Play on. Here we go.
Bit of speed through the centre. Found another Altona foot. Just fine for Altona. Again, they've brought 10 players behind the ball here.
Casey down the left side, spinning back. Turning, looking. Priddle's there.
He's got time. Blake Edwards on the ball there. Comes across Brian Young again. We're looking for one thing and one thing only. He's got it there. He certainly wasn't looking to shoot.
Must be a bit cold. Must be a bit colder here in Altona than over in Casey with the long strides on there from Young.
That's his protection, right?
That's his instead of the shinnies.
Instead of the shinnies, we'll go with an extra layer of skins. Works for him though. Allows him to run. Gives him a bit of pace.
Streamline. The Matt Shervington bodysuit. What are they going to do here, Casey? You'd assume a straight flick, but might go the variation. We're deep into the first half. Minute 40 on the Altona scoreboard. Injection. Flick. And save by Felix. Rebounds, and Coleman cleans it up there.
Congestion there.
Got to cover it up. Altona whinging about the free and have not run back, but Huffy's there and gets the free.
Yeah, good defence there by Huff. He was in a disciplined spot, knew the ball was going to come back to the spot. Casey had an attacker there anyway. The ball came straight to him, said thank you very much. No scoring on my watch. So Altona try the overhead.
Gentle overhead, but Coleman misses it, and Casey have the ball just outside their 25 on their left-hand side.
As we count down inside the last minute now.
Cameron Ritchie, their left back, or left half back. Pass the ball back, all the way to centre full back. Matt Light passed the ball across. Now they're going down the right side now. Still in possession, Casey. Throwing it down their right side. Huffy gets the ball deep in his defence. Trying to work it out. Wants a free. Doesn't get one. Casey get it with a good tackle there.
Quick ball movement.
And great tackle there.
Great tackle there. Quick ball movement. Lots happened in the last 30 seconds. A few attacking opportunities to Casey there.
Not long to go into the half. About 30 seconds on the clock here for the guys at home that can't see the Altona scoreboard next to the cherry picker. Higgins will probably just
getting the most out of our voices, Brian.
Hey?
Getting the most out of the voices. only 10 seconds now. I don't think there's a chance for anybody to score now, even though Casey comes into attack.
There's the siren. So Altona 1, Casey 0 at the Snake Pit. A scoreline that not many would have predicted at home, but make sure you're tweeting in your scorelines, hashtag HVMPL. And we'll see where we go in this second half.
That's right, we've got a 10-minute break now, but we'll be back in a few minutes. We'll let the coaches have their say to their players, and we'll be back with a player or two to speak to before we kick off the second half. We'll be back up. Yeah, it's half-time here at at Altona's hockey ground, the Snake Pit, where we're seeing the men's Premier League action between Altona and Casey Hockey Club. I have with me the man of the moment, Matty Higgins, playing in his last home game at Altona. Matty, thanks for joining us.
No worries, thank you.
Not the first half you were expecting coming into the break, only leading 1-0.
No, not really. Not the way we wanted to play. We respect Casey and how they've gone about it this year. They hit a lot of goals this year, but our work rate and our ball movement is well below par what we really expected, and we're all not happy with it as a group. So,
in short, what was the message at half-time from the coach?
Literally move the ball quickly and reposition. And when we do that well, we play really good hockey. And if we're just off that, we play pretty poorly. So back to basics, and hopefully we have a better second half.
I saw you grab the boys just a second ago. Same sort of message?
Yeah, really. I just spoke to them about their continual improvement. Even though we can't make finals this year, we're still looking at improving the group. So, even though we've only got a couple of games to go, it's about improving for next year and getting ourselves set for next year. So,
no worries, Matty. Thanks for joining us. I'll let you get back to your game. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right.
One 0's the score. Not many punters would have thought that when they've turned on the screen today at home to watch the Hockey Victoria's live stream, I should say. But it's a close game, and the Altona team certainly were talking about their lack of ball speed and movement, and also movement off the ball to work for each other. So they'll be looking to improve that in this second half. And I didn't hear the Casey huddle, but I think they would have been pretty happy with the way they defended. Didn't let Altona get any really decent shots away despite conceding 4 corners. Here we go now in the second half. So Altona push off, and Coleman's got the ball, passing the ball back now to McVean. Into half miss trap and gets the ball straight back. Gets the free.
It's a short foot, little foot. Brian, thanks for joining us again for this second half.
That's right, mate. It's normally a lot louder crowd here at the Snake Pit. The Altona guys are very loud, very proud, love their team, but the sort of lack of excitement in the first half might have prevented them from being part of the being the 12th man, so to speak. But here's at Altona a chance, and another mistrap from Horton goes over the baseline.
They're on their best behaviour so far today. They're all standing over. They're quite pleasant.
Yeah, always the Snake Pit reputation sometimes precedes them. But here we go, Casey now.
But no, I think you're right. There has been a fairly lacklustre first half compared to what they were coming out to expect. A lot of build-up. Altona knew that they were, live streaming this round, and were probably looking to put on a good display, but hasn't come to fruition so far. Although saying that, they've got a chance here. Campbell got a chance to drive to the deep. Bouncing ball. Campbell again charging through.
Won't give up the kid, they call him.
That's right. That feisty, fiery red hair of his found its way to the deck after being knocked down, but Casey got a chance down right. Really hasn't got much on. Threw the ball away there. Probably better options in hindsight.
Yeah.
Keep
Coleman
control and come around, but
streaming out. Deceptively quick Coleman because the big gate. Fires the ball into Goldie. Scanlon now. Into the circle.
Plays to his right. He'll drive deeper.
There's a Toma across the face. And foot to Priddle there. Get the big clodhopper out of the way, Priddle. Higo got the hit and retired. Maybe Tyson should as well.
Tyson's still got 5 more years, mate. Surely.
We'll see how he goes. He did spend last year over in Asia backpacking for his honeymoon with his lovely wife, Kez. Managed to get off the holiday kilos and has been back as an integral part of the Altona forward line. Casey streaming forward now through the guts. Gets the free. Huff happy to sort of just kick that to stop the play. Altona's behind the ball now. Campbell facing. straight through, and we'll just have a 16-yard hit. Thank you very much.
That's it. Really came to nothing again. Casey's lifted their intensity this half, but it's not coming with better decision making.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You can try as hard as you can, but if you're making the wrong decision, doesn't mean you're going to get any goals. Here Casey go now.
There's Matty Light coming out of defence with the big locks. I wish I could have. So one's going the other way, disappearing quite quickly. But, Josh Netherwood on the ball now. Another missed trap.
Both teams finding the trapping hard today, and here comes Patrick Phillips now, second fastest man at the club. The timer across. Casey looking for a lift, smacks it across into the circle, but Casey there, last line of defence.
Get it out of here.
Coleman up the other end now. McDonald sweeps the ball. 1-on-2 there. Campbell loves to just run with the ball and pass across the half, running like a duck there, as he always does. Fires the ball down to Phillips.
Campbell doesn't mind the weight being put on his shoulders. The responsibility certainly steps up when going gets tough. And it needs to be done. The job needs to be done. He certainly stood up in the start of the first half.
Campbell lives and breathes hockey, and is a see ball, get ball kind of player. Scanlon turns it over there, and Casey now on the counter attack down their left side. Has been so much so far this game. With the free, just outside their 25. Pass the ball back. And they'll go back again. So conceding all that ground that they've made up there, and now they've passed the ball back. I think it's Light.
That's it.
Over to Chaffee, I think, and lifted ball.
Yeah, Chaffee's had a few chances to influence the play down the right, coming off his right back position, and just had a couple of skill errors so far. Let's see if he can pick the game up. We've got a short stoppage here. As Janelle Bond just reminds the players what they're meant to be doing. Here we go, ready to go now. Coleman back over the ball, calling his name quite a bit early in this second half. It's not even 5 minutes old.
He's always had the limelight for the goal scoring, given he's a drag flicker. But this year, I think his field play has been a lot better. He's deceptively quick. He's actually probably one of the quickest in the team over 200 metres in the pyramid training over the off season, and has got really good skills. He spent some time in England last summer playing with some guys over there. A couple of old Altona teammates that were from England that played their gap years for Altona. Here he is, Dolenk. He's really stepped up this year after being in the Futures squad as well as in the Colts.
Oh, great tackle there from Casey,
Camilleri
right on the edge
turns it
of
over
the D.
there, though. Great tackle, as you say. Yeah, Altona really up front today have been pretty impotent and haven't really troubled Casey in terms of field goal opportunities, and a few saves the keeper has made. He's made some crackers. Have all been pretty inept shots from Altona's side. Bouncing ball there, mistrapped by Camilleri over the baseline.
Camilleri's getting a little bit feisty. He's trying to find contact on a few of these Casey defenders in the last couple of minutes. He'll say, to his defence, he's half trying to go for the ball at the same time. But certainly lifted the intensity there, so which is what the Altona team called for. We did speak to Matty Higgins right there at the end of the half-time break. Altona have another chance to come down. A great opportunity there. Don't tell me that was Campbell that squandered it.
Here he is again. Oh, Campbell, give us something, Stevie. No, he's, as always, trying 100%, Campbell. Very angry man on the field, but his heart's in the right place. He just wants Altona to win every single game and everyone to train and run as hard as he does, which is ridiculously hard.
Yeah, he was working in the office until quite recently, and you say he wanted people to work and run as hard as he did, me included. I didn't take to the running part so well.
He spent some time in England as well over the summer.
He's heading back again at the end of the year, going to do another tour, so which is good. The same club welcomed him back, I understand.
Yeah.
So
he also played a bit for Reading in the indoor Premier League over there as well, so which is quite a high standard over there.
So Casey's Brian Young, good bit of ball movement, take
corner.
a penalty corner.
He's troubled Altona a bit when he's got the ball on the string up there.
He's got some pace.
Short shin pads, long leggings, but got some skill as well.
Absolutely. Body positioning there in front of Matty Huff made the difference there, allowed him to take the ball. Huff was chasing back, just, yeah, allowed Young to get in front. Discussing the options here, but I got a feeling they're going to test him with another straight shot.
Yeah.
I think this is just a ploy to slow down the game. Each with their 40 seconds that they're entitled to for a short corner. I think they'll be looking for a straight, good drag flick here to get them back on level peggings.
Felix Melder in the net's quite a young keeper. He's 17, his first year of state league. The ones keeper this year at Altona Hoops. He was did a serious hamstring injury, so missed the year. So Felix has stepped up, and he's done a great job actually for a young kid. He's 17 years old, as I said. Oh, jeez.
Talk about good shot. You want them to be aimed at the corners.
Yeah.
That one was just slightly off, taking the post. In case you're going to have to do some more defending here.
See many overheads from Coleman today from defence. He's been sort of preferring to get the ball firing into the midfield to Dolenk and Campbell. Turnover there, well done there by the Casey defender.
Casey midfield.
Ooh,
we talk
got a
about
card here.
opportunities and decision making there. I'd love to see the replay, but I've got a feeling the Casey attacker that he got the ball outside the D probably could have picked it up and just wandered in.
Camilleri, ambitious deflection from the baseline, but you never know. Worth a crack, as I say in the forward line.
Sure, not much else has come off, so
No.
you've got to try these things.
Exactly right. Here we go, here's the replay.
Yes. The number, I missed the number there, but Casey played deflection inside the D from outside. Just didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
He could have, unless he was already tripping over. I think if he had his time again, he'll take that in, take a ping, but not to be. He'll have to do it next time they get the ball down here as Altona get the overlap down this left side, but cut off by Casey. Brian again being involved. Probably copped a stick across where his shin pads would have been, but play on.
Never understood anyone who doesn't wear shin pads, given the tackle's lowest to throw, so
Absolutely.
all the safety you can get.
I wouldn't be playing against me without shin pads either, Brian. Another opportunity. They're throwing the balls quite heavily, both teams.
That's often the way though, blokes who
Hopeful.
can't play commentate. Yeah, there's lots of balls being thrown over the baseline, over the sideline, lots of mistraps today. It's been a pretty ugly game, but the A's here, they can still turn it on, lots of time to go, get the crowd involved.
Yes.
Camilleri fires it in. There's two Altona players, Priddle and JJ on the post, but the Casey defence there of Wood was fantastic.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for him, it was a certain goal for Altona then. Then it was just a matter of who was going to knock it away. But they got a chance of their own again down here through to Brian. Having an influence, really stepping up this half.
When you're going to wear no shinnies and wear the leggings, you're going to stand out, so you've got to back it up, and he has backed it up today, that's for sure. It's like wearing the fluoro boots in footy. The vote getters. Oh, Priddle, intercept here. What's he going to do, the big kid, the big calves?
Priddle, I hope he said thank you.
Ball in there to Scanlon. Priddle's
Scanlon.
in there. Priddle scores!
There
If you don't mind, the old boy. Priddle, respiratory difficulties and the big calves, but he's gone against all that and scored a ripping goal there. Altona finally starting to connect well. It was a good turnover in the centre of the ground by Priddle. Won the free with a little bit of stick protection. Ball moved quickly to Scanlon and in it goes the net. Great finish by Priddle.
Good end-to-end ball movement there from Altona. Casey got caught one short in defence. There's a Casey player observing a 2-minute rest in front of the tech bench on the far side of from your camera. But yeah, really good movement. Campbell had just come off barking orders to move, go, as we heard from our post here, and Altona certainly did that, and Priddle put it away. But Priddle pushing again now, keeping Casey back inside their last quarter of the ground, having to work their way out. Casey have clearly changed their tactics this half. They haven't seen one overhead out of defence from Casey, which we spoke about in the first half. Just was not working for them at all.
Turnover again, Young.
Another chance, Young down this
Great
right
take
side. Much prefers the right side of the field, Brian Young does.
Can hear Richo, the assistant coach of the bench, move the ball, which is what they want to do. Too much individual stuff in the first half, and the pass they did do didn't work. But again, Priddle, great chase back. The man possessed the young fella.
Getting the crowd involved now.
33 years young, down to Horton now, along the baseline to Scanlon. Oh, he's gone over the top. Long corner, Altona.
Yeah, lovely ball control, in close ball control, bouncing ball. Just have to wait for it to settle to rock onto the tommer.
He's definitely got the razzle. He's definitely got the dazzle. He's just a young player though, so he's got to know when to use it, when not to use it.
That's right.
Pass ball out to Coleman. Loves to slap it, pushes it into a foot, and gets the free. And now slaps it in the circle. Straight away to Casey.
Had the advantage, but not played it again out to Young on the right.
Brought his own balls today for the trip out from Casey to Altona. Must admit I've never been to Casey, not sure where it is, but I think I've seen it on the way down to Phillip Island.
It's out that way. We were out there only last week.
They had the stream last week, did they? Against the Bombers?
Certainly did. And they played reasonably well down there. And we spoke last week quite heavily with Casey about their development, their improvement throughout the year. And I think twice they were in front against the Bombers. They certainly got the first goal of the game as well. So they're second week in front of the camera. They're looking more comfortable.
Yeah. No stage fright here at the pit.
Again, numbers in defence there for Altona. Had four plays. Casey come away. The light down the left, is it? No, it's thrown away. Altona get the ball back. Chance to control. Continue to press now. I've got a feeling that one more goal here now, the floodgates could open.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
They're starting to string together passes and finding more and more space and holes in Casey's defence, particularly as they transition the ball from side to side.
All obviously Casey are an experienced side coming up for the first time into the Premier League. Altona's got a lot of young players from their keeper up. Take out Higgins and Priddle, and the rest of the side are all sort of in their early 20s or teens. And
the average age drops considerably.
Yeah, exactly. A bit like the Western Bulldogs in the footy. Once you take Murphy out, the rest of the side are quite young. But he's speak of the devil. He's one of the young guns, Scanlon. Played a bit of hockey at Werribee and Footscray before he came to Altona in the junior ranks, and I think a year of seniors at Footscray before he saw the light and came to the longest serving Premier League club in the league. And now Altona building it up from the left wing. Stavers over the ball. Fires the ball in. Johnson looking the corner. Another save.
Good save. Required to be there. And Casey have said thank you a few times this year to Alvaro.
He's a good recruit when you're coming up. He's a good goalkeeper.
Another deflection there from Altona just outside the D. But
here's Casey on the counter.
On the counter, they've got Brian ahead of that. In behind the defenders. Ball didn't quite come quick enough. He got on the tommer and
didn't get much of it into the powder puff today over the baseline.
Yeah.
Simons was in quick pursuit, but I think he probably had more time than he thought, Brian.
Yeah, it all came from the slower pass. They would have loved a quicker one.
Yeah.
It allowed him to continue to get in and make the most of being in behind the Altona defence. And as
might get there.
we head to the 16th minute mark and we see the first overhead from Casey.
Phillips passed the ball back to Huff now. What they're going to do? They're going to move the ball around the back. Simons, Coleman fires the ball into the right inner.
Found its way through. Casey's defensive ball right in the corner.
I thought he was gone long.
It was very, very well delivered. Very well aimed.
Must say, I reckon they've got to get a new symbol for long corner, given where they're taking it these days. Up at the 25.
Quickly becoming a two-arm signal now. It's a signal for a long, and then the direction of where it's going to be taken from.
Definitely is a better rule though. Getting the ball back to the 25 opens the game up a little bit. The long corner on the sideline is very easy to defend.
It's a much better position for an attacking side to be taking it from, rather than most sides bringing it out from the corner anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
From being in the corner. But there's also an element of positiveness for the defending team in that it's not taken immediately.
Yeah.
They still have to wait for the ball to get delivered back to the 25, which with ball kids is one thing. You
Yeah,
come
the
back
other
into the
grades.
lower
Yeah.
grades where there are no ball kids. It's a
Higgins.
huge difference.
Up in the forward line, Higgins. Simons hits, gets the free. Higgins over the ball now. Have a run, Higgo. And does so. Gets a
Seeing
long
it.
corner.
Long corner again.
There, Higgo, the long corners are up there, mate. Higgo just loitering now in the forward line. In the circle he goes.
They're
Can he
making
get a goal
space
on
for him.
his last game at Altona, his second last game of Premier League ever? The ball's in there. Stovers. And that'll be a 16.
He's not going to the right places if he wants a goal. He ran away from goals then.
Too much of a team player, creating space for Stovers there. Not selfish enough, Higgins. I would have just sat in the post there.
Who you reckon's lining up to take the next drag flick if you get a short corner?
I mean, if Coleman's on, they generally give it to him, but I always prefer the Scanlon option. He's very good at the low flicks. Right on by Phillips and gets the corner. Great corner by Altona.
Well played, smart play.
And then speaking of the devil, the drag flick, Coleman's on, Stover's on, Dollink's on. So they've got a few options. Haven't seen many variations today, but I guess when you've got Coleman on, you don't really need to.
And Higgins walking away, doesn't want a bar of it. Not interested in the short corner. He wants a real goal, a field goal.
Well, I think if we go 3-0 up, I reckon you might see a change. Priddle fullback, Higgins centre forward. That's my call. Priddle can play any position on the ground. Doesn't mind playing fullback, being a sort of stocky, low centre of gravity, sort of solid person. Generally of the fullback sort of variety. Here we go.
Handy genetic characteristics.
Oh, mistrap. Higgins, here he is.
Here's a set
Higgins.
play. Oh. It's going to be
Corner
a
for the
penalty corner.
lifted ball. Have a crack, Higgo. Pull the trigger.
Might have to ask the game. Ask them post-game if there's a set play. Bring him in. Get him involved.
Leave the ball to 21. Run in and roof it. That's my call. His good friend Darren Duff would do the same. Altona legend and Australian Olympian. Here we go now. Altona. About their 7th corner of the game, I think. Probably 8th even. 2-0 the score.
Wouldn't mind a statistician joining us
That'd be handy.
on the team.
How many Carlton drafts? Big high flick, and Alvaro very much easily takes that over the baseline for a long corner. I never understood where they go high. Bang! If you don't mind, Phillips with a double fist pump, guest style. That's a very quick long corner taken, straight in there, touched in, and Phillips wails it into the back of the net. Not much Alvaro could have done about that. Here we go. Touch. Camilleri fires it in, diving across, and just fires it into the net. Goes okay, the redhead kid.
Didn't stay on the deck very long after that. Very quickly up and celebrating it.
Priddle now. Looks to give it to Campbell. Too far for him. Casey now. What are they going to do? Dolink pressuring deep into defence for Casey. Dolink there. Gets a stick on it, but sideline it.
Altona's pressure going up another level. Now that they're 3 up, they can smell the blood.
When you go 3 up, I think everyone thinks I might be able to get a goal here. Wouldn't mind put my name on the score sheet. So a bit of self-motivation for some of the players. Bit of junk time goals. Still a long time to go. Still a long time to go though. It's 14 minutes on the clock here at the J.K. Grant Pavilion. What are we going to do here? Higgins loves to hit. Picks out. Could not have picked out the Casey guy any better though.
And Casey's stream forward. Now let's see if they can keep their options.
Good tackle by Heat McDonald. Heater.
It was Edwards taking the ball down the left for Casey there. So, again, another stoppage in play. Working to Altona's advantage, allowing them to get the players back. Wasn't for the mistrap there, they would have been away again.
Young JJ had spent it before he'd got it. Here they go, through the guts now. Priddle. Starting to really put his name up, Priddle, today in lights. He's playing with his good mate Higgins in his last Altona appearance. Dolink. Ball bouncing, gets through all the way there to JJ. Leaves it behind now. Gets the ball inside to Campbell. Campbell in the circle, it's always dangerous, gets a corner. Play on's the call. No advantage because McVean's got the ball, and let's be honest, and Jake even smiles himself. He knows it's not advantage to Altona when he's got the ball just outside the circle. He's a left half for a reason. You don't put your most creative player at left half, that's for sure. So
he was
Campbell,
pleading with Tim John, the umpire, then to
give us Jake the Snake there just wanted some creativity. It's a canvas, the Hoggy, if you'll let him create. Here we go, Altona, the corner. I'm going to call Coleman low left, but they're due for a variation. Priddle on the trap. Doesn't mind a fancy corner, Priddle. So if he's got anything to say about it, he'll be calling for about 3 or 4 touches before it goes in the net. Campbell could be calling for as hard and low as they can go into the goals, I'd say. Camilleri injects. Priddle traps. Save and foot. Straight on the foot to Camilleri. He was trying to hit that into outer space or into the Cherry Lake Nature Reserve just north of our ground. What are they going to do here? We've only got about 12 minutes on the clock. Altona 3, Casey 0. Can Casey get one back against the flow of play?
What if they keep turning it over, Brian? No way.
That's the one thing I've learned about hockey. You can't score if you don't have the ball. Here we go. Here's a chance. Casey fires it in. Felix saves.
Chance for the rebound there, but Altona come away with it again.
Camilleri. It's a bit of think time there. Pass the ball long down towards
Nice and
Priddle. He's everywhere today.
He is. That's not a bad pull
He
shot
like-
in front of square, but that's all right.
Camilleri fires the ball across. Scanlon.
I think that'll
Will
be
get
a
the long corner.
Spins off the defender's stick.
Just in front of the commentary position here. Out towards Dolenk. Very pretty player and very pretty to watch. Pass the ball back to Huff. Also a hit with the ladies. Pass the ball back again to Jake McVean. Not so much. Not pretty to watch or pretty with the ladies. And here he goes now to Campbell. Loves a tough play. He's everywhere. He's had a decent game too, but I'd say Priddle in this second half really stood up, getting a lot of the pill. The
Certainly
game's
has.
opened up a bit for him as well, I think, at centre forward. Long ball in.
I reckon Priddle's certainly got to be in with a chance of being our best on ground, I reckon. And so
He's up there.
those of you at home, do please tweet in and tell us who you reckon has been the best player. And don't forget there are 2 teams out there playing. As we just see another long corner called right in front of our commentary spot. So HVMPL, if you get a chance, make sure you tell us who's been your best player to watch so far from your couch.
It's a great umpiring by Timmy John there. It's a great strong tackle by Casey. Nothing wrong with them at all. And just a long corner before, and that was all it was required. Sometimes umpires decide on the sound of the tackle rather than the actual intent of the tackle. Well done, JJ, chasing the ball out of defence there. Priddle again. Gets a stick on it, but to no avail. Casey free at sideline ball. The right half, the western side of the ground.
Really not left with many options. He just pumps it down the ground and says we'll reset. It was about the only thing he did have, didn't he? There wasn't much there at all.
Not much science about that one. Oh, bit of a... Oh, here we go.
Could be costly. A few whistles there.
Bit of confusion there. I think the A's thought it was theirs, but it was the Casey ball. So here they go. They seem to always go back first option against the Altona flood.
Yeah, there has been a bit of a flood today. It's been employed all game. A few players behind the ball, but as we said off the top, Casey very good at scoring. They haven't been kept scoreless in many games at all. Most of the goals would have to have come on the very quick rebound.
And I think Altona is susceptible sometimes to the quick breaks, so maybe they're sort of trying to negate that with having the 4 blokes stay, the 4 defenders stay back a bit, and the midfielders play on the defensive side of centre rather than attacking too much.
So
which might mean they haven't scored. That's why they probably haven't scored as much today, because they haven't been pushing up as hard and high.
Just about to say it hasn't turned into the shootout that we were expecting it to be.
You generally expect an Altona side to be all about goals. I remember an old coach of mine saying if you can never lose a game scoring more goals than the opposition. So they score 7, let's score 8.
There's sound advice coming out of this game. We might have to cut and paste a good advice package out of this.
I'm writing a book, so here we go. Oh, Phillips going for another goal there, diving.
He'd love another one. How would he celebrate the second one?
He's done a double fist pump, jump off the ground. I mean, I would personally, I'd high five most of the crowd if I could on a live stream, but I mean, the kids of today don't have the same celebrations of the yesteryear, of the early 2000s players. Tweet that in, home viewers. Who's the best goal celebrator you've ever seen in Premier League history? My Twitter handle's at kid from Altona, so I'll probably be a finalist. But yeah, for my 4 goals over 41 games, it's an illustrious career. Three different definitions of ordinary. But there's a Casey corner, I believe, while we're talking some rubbish at the other end of the ground.
They've got a chance here. I've got to pull myself together if we watch the replay. Just a couple of ordinary tackles there.
It's well worked.
Foot in the end.
Well worked by the Casey player. If he turned around, I could have seen his number. But yeah, he's kept the ball on his stick. Made the Altona defenders panic a little bit, and they made the wrong decision and rushed him with some pretty ordinary tackles. So when I used to coach as a youngster, I used to always tell my forwards, defenders will always make bad decisions. You've got all the time in the world just to hold the ball. They'll all make a bad decision. Don't worry about that. If they make good decisions, they'll be forwards. Here they go, Casey, to get on the scoreboard for the first time today at the Snake Pit.
Chaffee
the drag
injection.
flick from Young.
They might have it.
Oh, the secondary shot there.
Cam Ritchie, he's been playing right back for the most of the game. Came up and joined the attacking penalty corner, and he's chipped it nicely into the left side netting.
Side netting. You know, it's a good goal. It's going the side netting.
Good umpiring too, allowing him to take that shot. The initial drag flick shot was into a foot.
Into Campbell's foot and bang. Not much pepper on it, but well placed and didn't give much time for Felix to get across and save that. Tell you right now. So
more a
great
goal
shot.
swing. I reckon I even saw there was a bit of swing on the ball in the 13 yards that it travelled from stick to goal.
Might have been a little bit of a 60-degree wedge from the rough. Aussie golfers going very well on the USPGA at the moment. Jason Day. Here we go. Horton.
If he's watching, tweet us in. Just in case. It makes the scoreboard 3-1 now. Again, Casey, another game that they don't go goalless.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, which is a great performance from a team coming up, really, isn't it? Like, you know, it's a big step up from the 2 leagues. So
it's a different game, and you know they had a huge scoring ability last year in Vic League One. You know, Brian Young taking the leading goal scorer in the Vic League One, men's Vic League One competition last year, and they've still managed to score goals every game up here. The only difference, of course, is that their opposition have found a way to score plenty against them. Great pick off here. Great pick up as Altona get another D entry, and there'll be another penalty corner.
Oh, it might sting as well for Wood.
Yeah, let's make
his teammate stick into the shorts there.
Into the thigh. Not where you want it, but Altona got a chance to put another one on the board, try another variation here, make it 4-1.
Tried the one where they go sort of from the battery left to goal length there at L1. That's one they can try. It's not a bad drag flick, and you got Simons up there trapping. Could bunt straight to him if they go to the first castle. Bang! Stovers drag flick goal. I think Alvaro got a glove to that or a pad to that, but it went in nonetheless. So that's the 4th, 4-1. So there'll be a few beers had tonight at the J.K. Grant Pavilion, the Legends Bar. So here goes last home game. It should be a successful one with only 4 minutes on the clock now.
Yeah, I can't see him being toppled here. And, you know, Casey can attack as much as they like, but they haven't been able to put too many away today. And I think Altona's safe from here.
Here they come now.
Although you'd hate to see the commentator's curse work its magic, wouldn't you?
Phillips on the 25. Plays on.
Oh, another great deflection there.
Corner.
Straight into Godfrey.
Good foot from Camilleri there. Little deflection there. But good smart stuff from Phillips. Just outside the 25, so takes it quickly and can just go straight in the circle, obviously from outside the 25, and caught the Casey defence hopping.
Yeah, we just see the replay here of that goal, that last goal. I think you're right, Alvaro certainly got a touch to that. It was his. There's only one between the ball and the goal.
Yeah.
He came down on the ball, but hit it into the ground and
didn't have much pepper on it, but it was enough just to get over the hapless glove there of Alvaro. He's had a decent game, to be honest. He's played pretty well, and Altona's certainly got him in the game. Here we go, Altona with another corner. Injection. Higgins hits, save. Higgins with a rebound. Drags.
Higgins. Surely a goal.
And gets another corner. Wowee, they want the hometown hero to get a goal today. They've got him up in the corner attack, Higgins, with the hit. Got the rebound, dragged to his left, and went the turnaround hit. And Cameron Ritchie, who's a goal scorer for Casey, wore one on the back of the foot there. So Casey defending now against Altona. Higgins up on the circle. The ball's wide. Higgins.
Here goes again.
Oh, loses it. He's got it back now to the baseline. Camilleri drags it back, looking for someone. Fires it across.
It's a couple of feet on offer there, but not found by the Altona attackers, but turnover on the missed trap in case you get a chance to get the ball out.
No fairy tale goal for Higo in his last game at Altona.
Not yet. There's only 2 minutes left on the clock.
Plenty of time for a little bit of history to be made. Scored a few goals in his time, Higgins. He's played a fair few different positions, but fullback was obviously his most successful and the one he played for Victoria for so long, for over 100 AHL games. Here's Scanlon. Potentially we'll see some AHL games from him as well. To Dolink, another one I reckon he's got Vikings written all over him. Pass the ball in. JJ can't get it. Here's Higgins. The old body gets the corner. Can he get the shot away? No. And the ball has to be a corner. A little bit patriotic here on the commentary, but that is going nowhere but the baseline.
We're in just as good a position here as Tim John was, only 5 yards in front of us.
He had a wry smile as he said. As he
wasn't much option. It was either, you see, here go there. There was a couple of opportunities to blow a penalty corner there, and Tim just wanted to work out which one he was going to offer, which one he was going to pay. Less than a minute now.
Pretty one-dimensional Altona so far. They've been going Matt Higgins every variation so far. Here he is at L1.
There's 46 seconds left for him to knock one in at home.
I think this is my call. They'll go Coleman, low at the pads, Higgins rebound, flick over the keeper goal. You heard it here first. Hashtag I'm on fire. Straight to Higgins, L1. Get in, Higgins again. Higgins, what can he do?
He's trying.
He's having he wants something. And he'll always get this a long corner. And he's having a little bit of a giggle, Higgins.
He's still around the spot. We've seen Altona
Whack
move the ball very quickly.
Tyson Priddle has a shot, but it's another long corner.
Right, the only option left now for Higo is a penalty corner. 6.
5. Get it in. And nothing.
No.
And that'll be it. 4-1 Altona. There's a siren. And that's Higo's last game at Altona. Altona 4, Casey 1. You know, great second half of hockey.
Yeah, solid game there from Altona in the end. Probably not the fireworks that they were expecting or hoping for, but solid enough. For a side that's not going to make finals, they still played pretty hard.
Exactly right. And they've got motivation next week out at Waverley against the Waves to send off Hugo. There's his kids come out to say hello to him out on the ground. Send him off in style out at Waverley, a team we really respect at Altona as a team that play very hard and attacking hockey. So should be a great game out next Saturday at Waverley. And but today, fantastic effort from Altona in the second half after a pretty muted first half. And Casey defended well all day and just couldn't seem to score.
That's right. So we'll be back on the other side. We're going to take a short break now. We'll be back on the other side of this with interviews with the player voted best on ground. And we'll be back very shortly. Yeah, welcome back. We've just finished watching the men's Premier League match out here at Altona Hockey Club between Altona and Casey. Game finishing up 4-1 with an Altona taking victory after leading 1-0 at half-time. I do have with me Josh Netherwood from the Casey Hockey Club. Josh, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Josh, tough match, but you were in there at half-time. What happened after that?
Yeah, I mean, I think fitness came into it a bit. I mean, Casey, as a team, we've been working on our fitness really well and trying to maintain a structure, but Altona just have that little bit of an edge. They get it out wide really good and they counter-attack, and it's just trying to adjust as a team to that. So, yeah, I think they're a little bit more well-established in that area.
Got to be happy with your first half, though, and the intensity across the game. You certainly matched it with Altona. You just weren't quite clinical. Happy enough with your first half?
Yeah, I think in the first half we really thought we were in it. We, as a team, we play every 10 minutes, so we have a 10 minutes restructure, every 10 minutes restructure, and that's something that we've gone through for the whole season. So it's trying to keep composed. That's our way of doing it. But I did think at half time we were in there, so it was an open game. I thought at half time.
Absolutely, and another positive is you've gone another game without being held scoreless. Is that something the club's happy about?
Yeah, very much so. We've got our little left half, Cameo, who's got his first Premier League goal. I think he's very happy about that. But yeah, we've been working on set pieces for about like 6 weeks now, so it's coming to place a bit later down the season. But yeah.
No worries, and one game left to go in the season. What are you hoping to achieve out of next week?
It's our last game in Premier League. We're just going to go out there, play our hardest like we always do. Bit of Casey motto, just play as hard as you can, enjoy yourself, and see what we can get out of it.
No worries, Josh. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers. That was Josh Netherwood from Casey. I will bring in now Tyson Priddle from Altona, the winning side. Tyson, thanks for joining me.
No problems.
Now, I've chosen somebody with the same height. Thank you. How are you feeling after the match?
I'm pretty sore these days. I'm pretty old. It's a fair young man's sport out there, but just happy to get through it and get a win for Higo's last game here at home. So we're pretty keen to do that today.
Absolutely. You saw him off with a pretty reasonable game. Yeah, solid game, but not spectacular. You tried pretty hard to get Higo a goal in the end. What happened?
Yeah. We thought we'd roll the dice if we got a few up to give him a chance. But look, obviously we're not making finals, so it was hard for us to get up today for the game, and we're trying a lot of things for next year. We think we've got a pretty good group, and that's why old guys like Higo and myself are hanging around. We're excited for the club and the future, but we're prone to bouts of inconsistency, and I think once we get through that, I think we can become a force to be reckoned with.
No worries. I'm looking forward to round 18 next week out at Waverley. What are you expecting there?
Yeah, we usually have a good contest against Waverley. I think they're probably level over the last few years, and as I said, Higo's last game for the club. There's no bigger reason for us to get up for it. He's an idol for nearly everyone who's stepped in a blue and gold shirt at this club, so we're pretty excited for it.
No worries, and the reason I'm talking to is your second half has put you in contention and actually won you the best on ground medal for the game. So, mate, congratulations. I'll put this awkwardly over your head.
Thanks a lot,
Shake your head. Mate, well played in the game.
Thanks, Shane. Cheers.
Thanks, Tyson. Thanks very much. Now, guys, that's the end of the day for us here at Altona down at the Snake Pit, where we've seen two cracking games, both won by Altona. The women's first up defeated Q 9-1, and the end in the men's game, the men's Premier League game, then Altona beat Casey 4-1. So two great games. Next week we're off to Greensboro, where we see both the men's and the women's teams take on Camberwell Hockey Club. Should be a cracking game. Join us next week from 1 o'clock as we see you there. After this.